Final call. Of the following months, which has the most amount of days? Final call. What was found in 1946 by two young shepherds near a cave? Last chance. The file hosting service, Google Drive, was launched on what day? Last chance. What direction does the Statue of Liberty face? No changes. In a 1994 CBS interview, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates performed what unusual trick on camera? Commit. In which fast food chain can you order a Dermot shake? Commit. In what year did the North American video game crash occur? Lock it in. Who assassinated President James A. Garfield? Final call. Which American civilization is the source of the belief that the world would end or drastically change on December 21st, 2012? Last chance. Answer in chat. A, B, C, or D. Lock it in. Vote no. A, B, C, or D. Commit. Vote no. A, B, C, or D. Last chance. Join in. A, B, C, or D. Final call. What is the full title of the Prime Minister of the UK? No changes. Which country, not including Japan, has the most people of Japanese descent? No changes. What is the highest number of Michelin stars a restaurant can receive? Last chance. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States of America? Careful here. Commit. In 1720, England was in massive debt and became involved in the South Sea Bubble. Who was the main mastermind behind it? Lock it in. Which UK country features a dragon on their flag? This matters. Lock it in. What is the name of New Zealand's indigenous people? Last chance. The Alps are a mountain range on which continent? Last chance. Antibiotics are generally taken to combat what? This matters. Commit. What is the name of Poland in Polish? Do not rush. Final call. Harvard University is located in which city? Final call. Which king was killed at the Battle of Bosworth in 1485? No changes. Which one of these was not a beach landing site in the invasion of Normandy? Commit. Which of these colours is not featured in the logo for Google? Do not rush. Final call. Where is the train station and fair PW Rail Gwingle Gojeri CH Ween Drobble and Tesilio Gogogok? Don T. Rush this. Commit. What is Canada's smallest province? No changes. Which of these Marvel games was released on the PlayStation 2? No changes. Who was among those killed in the 2010 Smolensk, Russia plane crash tragedy? Lock it in. Which famous military commander marched an army which included war elephants over the Alps during the Second Punic War? Commit. What is the capital of South Korea? Commit. Which of these is not an Australian state or territory? Careful here. No changes. Who was the Prime Minister of Japan when Japan declared war on the US? Final call. If you are caught gold bricking, what are you doing wrong? No changes. What is the name of the ocean that Hawaii is located in? Final call. How many manned moon landings have there been? Last chance. The idea of socialism was articulated and advanced by whom? Last chance. What disease crippled President Franklin D. Roosevelt and led him to help the nation find a cure? Lock it in. In which Indian city can the Taj Mahal be found? Last chance. Pol Pot was the former dictator of which country? Final call. In what year was McDonald's founded? Last chance. Which country developed the AK-47 assault rifle? No changes. When was the PlayStation 3 released? No changes. Who was the first president of the United States? Commit. Who was the first ruler of Haiti after the country had gained its independence? Lock it in. What country is the second largest in the world by area? Do not rush. Final call. What was the first ever London Underground line to be built? Lock it in. Terry Gilliam was an animator that worked with a British comedy group. Commit. Which Russian oblast forms a border with Poland? Commit. Which country did the Eureka Rebellion, an 1856 battle against colonial rule, take place in? No changes. The website Shut Up and Sit Down reviews which form of media? Last chance. What is a burgee? Final call. What do sailors call the back of a boat? Commit. These two countries held a commonwealth from the 16th to 18th century. Commit. Which small country is located between the borders of France and Spain? Lock it in. The drug cartel run by Pablo Escobar originated in which South American city? No changes. The likeness of which president is featured on the rare $2 bill of USA currency? Think twice. Lock it in. Who was the last Roman emperor in the year of our emperor's 69 AD? No changes. What was the name commonly given to the ancient trade routes that connected the east and west of Eurasia? Final call. Which country is the home of the largest Japanese population outside of Japan? Commit. What is the largest lake in the African continent? It's the largest lake in the Last chance. Who led the Communist Revolution of Russia? 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 No changes. Who led the Communist Revolution of Russia? Vatican City, the smallest country in the world, is fully enclosed by which country? Final call. What is the Polish city known to Germans as Danzig? No changes. Which one of these tanks was designed and operated by the United Kingdom? Last chance. What was the last colony the UK ceded, marking the end of the British Empire? This matters. No changes. Which iconic Disneyland attraction was closed in 2017 to be remodeled as a Guardians of the Galaxy themed ride? Last chance. What is the profession of Elon Musk's mom, May Musk? Final call. How many independent countries are there within the continent of South America? Lock it in. What is the name of the main character from the series, Dead Space? Last chance. Against which country did the Dutch Republic fight the 80 Years' War? Lock it in. Who was the first American in space? No changes. What type of dog is Handsome Dan, the mascot of Yale University? No changes. In which country was the Statue of Liberty built and exported to the United States of America? Last chance. What was the destination of the missing flight MH370? Commit. What was the transfer of disease crops and people across the Atlantic shortly after the discovery of the Americas called? Commit. Type A, B, C, or D to play. Final call. Type A, B, C, or D. Which country is the home of the largest Japanese population outside of Last chance. Vote no. A. When was Hubba Bubba first introduced? Tap like to support the stream. Last chance. Type A, B, C, or D to play. What country joined the EU in 2013? No changes. Vote in chat. A, B. What was Manfred von Richthofen's nickname? Last chance. Join in. Answer A. Who was the first wife of King Henry Roman VIII? Commit. Type A, B, C, or D. Terry Gilliam was an animator that worked with which British comedy group? Final call. Answer in chat. A, B, C, or D. Which of these is the name of a Japanese system of old tap light to support the stream? No changes. Answer in chat. A, B, C, or who was the first president of the United States? Commit. Vote in chat. A, B, C, or D. How many stars are featured on New Zealand's flag? Last chance. Type A, B, C, or D. Who is considered the father of modern philosophy? Commit. Vote in chat. A, B, C, or which US state is nicknamed the Golden State? No changes. Vote no. A, B, C, or D. When did the crisis of the 3rd century begin? Tap like to support the stream. Lock it in. Vote no. A, B, C, or D. Bridgetown is the capital of which island country in the Caribbean? No changes. That breaks it. To what political party did Abraham Lincoln belong when elected Purtis? Commit. Not this time. What color is the circle on the Japanese flag? This matters. No changes. Keep it going. Which of the following countries was not an Axis power during World? Tap like to support the stream. Commit. Nearly lost it. What is the capital city of Slovenia? Do not rush. Lock it in. On the Edge. In which year did the invasion of Kuwait by Iraq occur? Commit. Nearly lost it. Rolex is a company that specializes in what type of product? Final call. Too close. What is the shape of the toy invented by Hungarian professor Erno Rubik? No changes. Almost lost it. Tau St. Luvertia led a successful slave revolt in which country? Tap like to support the stream. Lock it in. On the edge. What element has the chemical symbol Kr? Final call. On the edge. If soccer is called football in England, what is American football called in England? No changes. Almost lost it. What is the capital of India? No changes. Almost lost it. Where does water from Poland spring water bottles come from? Last chance. Nearly lost it. In 1939, Britain and Tap like to support the stream. No changes. Almost lost it. How many sovereign states are members of the United Nations? Lock it in. On the edge. How many time zones does China have? Final call. On the edge. When did the Byzantine Empire collapse? Lock it in. Too close. What is the capital of the American state of Arizona? Commit. Nearly lost it. The new One World Trade Center in Manhattan. Tap like to support the stream. Last chance. almost lost it. All of the following countries have official claims to territory in Antarctica except Final call. Nearly lost it. The original Roman alphabet lacked the following letters except no changes. Too close. Which company did Valve cooperate with in the creation of the Vive? Final call. Nearly lost it. What was the unofficial name for Germany between 1919 and 1933? Commit. On the edge. According to Fair Works Australia, how long do you have to work to tap light to support the stream? Lock it in. Too close. What is the capital of Jamaica? One mistake ends it. Lock it in. Last chance. Too close. Last chance. Last chance. Barely. Final call. Tap like to support the stream. John Moses Browning, the designer of the N1918 BAR Browning automatic rifle, was a part of which religion? No changes. Barely. What airline was the owner of the plane that crashed off the coast of Nova Scotia in 1998? Last chance. Almost lost it. How many countries does Spain have a land border with? Lock it in. Which country is the home of the largest Japanese population outside of Japan? Commit. That was close. On which day did construction start on the Pentagon, the headquarters for the United States Department of Defense? No changes. Tap light to support the stream. What do sailors call the front of a boat? Commit. Barely. What was the first sport to have been played on the moon? Commit. That was close. Which chemical element, number 11 in the periodic table, has the symbol Na? Careful here. No changes. On the edge. How many countries are inside the United Kingdom? Lock it in. That was close. $5 is worth how many nickels? Commit. Tap light to support the stream. How many manned moon landings have there been? Commit. On the edge. After his loss at the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon Bonaparte was exiled to which island? Last chance. The original Roman alphabet lacked the following letters except last chance. On the edge. When someone is inexperienced, they are said to be what colour? Lock it in. That was close. Which famous military commander marched an army which included war elephants over the Alps during the Second Punic War? Final call. Tap like to support the stream. The Pantheon in Rome was used to worship what god? Lock it in. Barely. The likeness of which president is featured on the rare $2 bill of USA currency? Lock it in. Almost lost it. What is the largest living species of penguin? Last chance. Too close. Which one of these is not a typical European sword design? Final call. On the edge. What was the name commonly given to the ancient trade routes that connected the east and west of Eurasia? Last chance. Tap like to support the stream. The longest shared border in the world can be found between which two nations? Last chance. Nearly lost it. In which war did the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki occur? Last chance. That was close. What is the capital of the United States? Commit. On the edge. In what year did the nuclear power plant in Chernobyl melt down? Lock it in. Nearly lost it. Which of these fast food chains is not mainly known to sell pizza? Lock it in. Tap like to support the stream. Who was among those killed in the 2010 Smolensk Russia plane crash tragedy? One miss ends it. Last chance. On the edge. What is the smallest country in the world? Commit. On the edge. How many countries does Mexico border? Lock it in. Too close. According to the BBPA, what is the most common pub name in the UK? Final call. Almost lost it. In what year was the M1911 pistol designed? No changes. Tap like to support the stream. In which Indian city can the Taj Mahal be found? Lock it in. That was close. Which of these companies does not manufacture automobiles? Last chance. Barely. Which of the following languages does not use the Latin alphabet? Slow it down. No changes. That was close. When did Jamaica receive its independence from England? Lock it in. Almost lost it. Which of the following is the IOTA code for Manchester Airport? No changes. Tap like to support the stream. A criminal who has cooked the books has engaged in what kind of illegal behaviour? Final call. On the edge. Which of the following nations was not a belligerent in World War I? No changes. Nearly lost it. Which of the following is not an Ivy League university? Commit. On the edge. Abolitionist John Brown raided the arsenal in which Virginia town? No changes. Barely. Before the 19th century, the living room was originally called the Lock it in. Tap light to support the stream. Who tutored Alexander the Great? Lock it in. Nearly lost it. In which city is the Big Nickel located in Canada? Commit. On the edge. When did construction of the Suez Canal finish? Lock it in. Barely. What was the name of the WWF professional wrestling tag team made up of the wrestlers Axe and Smash? Slow it down. Final call. On the edge. Which of the following former Yugoslavian states is landlocked? Last chance. Tap light to support the stream. What is a dakimakura? No changes. Almost lost it. In which country was the Statue of Liberty built and exported to the United States of America? Commit. That was close. What did the first vending machines in the early 1880s dispense? Think twice. No changes. Too close. Which one of these countries was not in the Central Powers during WWA? One mistake ends it. Lock it in. Barely. Which river flows through the Scottish city of Glasgow? No changes. Tap light to support the stream. What was the nickname given to the Hughes H-4 Hercules, a heavy transport flying boat which achieved flight in 1947? Last chance. On the edge. Which type of cutlery is most suited for eating soup? Do not rush. Final call. That was close. What is the capital of Slovakia? Lock it in. On the edge. A collection of Sanskrit hymns and verses known as the Vedas or sacred texts in what religion? No changes. On the edge. Where is the Sonoran Desert located? This matters. No changes. Tap light to support the stream. How many furlongs are there in a mile? Lock it in. Nearly lost it. What fast food chain has the most locations globally? Commit. Barely. Which of these American cities has fewer than 1 million people? Final call. On the edge. What continent is the country Lesotho in? Commit. On the edge. If you are caught gold bricking, what are you doing wrong? Final call. Tap light to support the stream. When someone is cowardly, they are said to have what colour belly? Commit. On the edge. Which nation claims ownership of Antarctica? Commit. That was close. Which of the following Arab countries does not have a flag containing only pan-Arab colours? Commit. That was close. What did the abbreviation RMS stand for in the RMS Titanic in 1912? Final call. Too close. What is the smallest country in South America by area? Lock it in. Tap like to support the stream. The RMS Titanic sunk during her maiden voyage from Southampton, England to which American city? Commit. Nearly lost it. What nuts are used in the production of marzipan? Last chance. Almost lost it. What are the four corner states of the US? Final call. Barely. How was Socrates executed? Final call. On the edge. Which one of these was not a beach landing site in the invasion of Normandy? Slow it down. Last chance. Tap like to support the stream. The World Health Organization headquarters is located in which European country? No changes. On the edge. What is the capital of Senegal? Last chance. In 1939, Britain and France declared war on Germany after it invaded which country? No changes. Barely. The phrase accident waiting to happen is an example of what type of figure of speech? Slow down. No changes. On the edge. Which language is not Indo-European? Last chance. Tap like to support the stream. Which king of England was faced with the Peasants' Revolt in 1381? No changes. On the edge. Which of the following ancient peoples was not classified as Hellenic Greek? No changes. Almost lost it. What is the largest country in the world? Commit. On the edge. The Fields Medal, one of the most sought after awards in mathematics, is awarded every how many years? Last chance. Almost lost it. In DC Comics, where does the Green Arrow Oliver Queen live? Careful here. Lock it in. Tap like to support the stream. Which of these African countries lists Spanish as an official language? No changes. On the edge. The Trail of Tears was a result of which United States President's Indian removal policy? Final call. That was close. Which of the following blood component forms a plug at the site of injuries? Final call. On the edge. When did the British hand over sovereignty of Hong Kong back to China? Final call. On the edge. Which sign of the zodiac comes between Virgo and Scorpio? Lock it in. Tap light to support the stream. All of the following are classified as Finno-Ugric languages except Last chance. Too close. In what year did Kentucky become the 15th state to join the Union? Careful here. Lock it in. What was the unofficial name for Germany between 1919 and 1933?